Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Good evening and thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Julian Grace. Well, dozens of shots fired, many vehicles damaged, and hundreds of people running for safety. That was the scene at a Raleigh nightclub this morning on Trawick Road. There it is right there. Now, police tell us it appears a rap artist was the intended target. WRAL's Laura Levine has the latest and speaks with a witness whose car was hit by bullets.
Several hours later, and there's still so much of this crime scene still left. Several vehicles like this with significant damage, especially this one with this front end damage. And then if we walk this way, you'll find this Sprinter van, which the artist and his team travels in. You'll see that it's riddled with bullet holes. A late night scene, a party after the party at the Star Bar in Raleigh, ended in mayhem.
Once we got to the club, I would say about 4 a.m. is when we heard like shots fired going outside the club, and then everybody pretty much ran outside.
A chaotic, terrifying night for this woman who didn't want to be identified. She came to have a good time.
It's been sitting here since 4 o'clock.
But instead, her car became part of a crime scene as she ran for cover. A bullet pierced through her back window.
We couldn't really tell where the shots were coming from other than where it looks like we seen shots, cars, damages.
Raleigh police say more than 20 shell casings were found at the scene. Investigators spent hours executing a search warrant on vehicles and bags left behind. They tell us it appears the intended target of the shooting was a rap artist. According to Star Bar's website, OMB Peasy was performing.
Very, very shocked, nerves was bad, scared, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew I shouldn't have came.
Police have been called to Star Bar in the past. Last August, we reported on a shooting here where 2 people were seriously injured.
And also known that Star Bar is it's always something happening at Star Bar.
In 2020, a string of more than 100 incidents resulted in the ABC Commission pulling Star Bar's liquor license, which was later reinstated. While no one was injured in this latest incident, residents are calling for change at this venue, which they say has become a public safety hazard.
Do you think you'll be back anytime soon?
No. Definitely no. I just said that last night. I will not be coming to Star Bar again.
RPD says that there was also another shooting at the patio bar that's less than a mile from this parking lot. They tell us that that shooting was unrelated. Laura Levine, WRAL News in Raleigh.
All right, let's go to this. At least one person was injured in a crash near Lake Benson. It happened just after 4 p.m. on Rand Road in Old Ponderosa Circle. According to State Highway Patrol, a truck crossed the center line, hit a ditch and another car before flipping over. You see it right there. The driver of the truck was taken to the hospital. State Highway Patrol says speed and alcohol played a factor in the crash. We're still working to learn whether the driver is facing charges. We're still working to learn the condition of the driver involved in this crash on Western Boulevard early this morning. This video from our WRAL breaking news tracker was taken around 4 in the morning. Investigators have not said what led up to the crash at this time. A swimming association in the Triangle recently voted on a rule affecting transgender swimmers in competitions. The Tar Heel Swimming Association says this is a topic the league has discussed for 18 months. A task force was created to consider a pathway the league could take. Ultimately, a 2/3 majority of the voting teams in the association decided to require parents to register their child to swim in the category of their biological sex at birth. Association President Sean Gage says this change impacts about 5 to 10 of the more than 13,000 children in the league. Gage said in a statement in part, for clarity, transgender children are welcome in this league, but for the purpose of competition, the league has decided that they are to compete as their sex has identified at birth. He also added, quote, I want to make it clear that while I am president of TSA, everyone is welcome in this league, regardless of race, religion, or gender identity. The first of many big changes to downtown Raleigh starts tomorrow. We're talking about this. The city will permanently close South Street from Dawson to McDowell Streets in preparation to relocate the Red Hat Amphitheater and begin the Raleigh Convention Center expansion project. WRAL's Heidi Kirk shares what you need to know to get downtown.
Julian, this is the section of South Street that will be closed to pedestrians and cars starting tomorrow. Go ahead and take a look back that way. Now, after that, the staging will begin here for the construction of the relocated amphitheater. The amphitheater is set to relocate to make room for the convention center's 300,000 square foot expansion project. Now, city officials say this was always in the long-term plan to expand the center, and that the amphitheater was only temporarily built here. Now, there's been mixed opinions about the project, but many are excited to see the progress and plan to work around the road closure.
Because it's only a short stretch, but it's such an easy way to get back to this side of town. I'm hoping that, just hitting it from different sides, a different block. I forget the street, but the one right before it, I think that's about as effective. So I'll be sad to see it go. But again, in the name of progress, I'm cool with it.
Now, the city says that an alternate route to get here can be to take Lenore Street. We have lots of information about the project on WRAL.com. Heidi Kirk, WRAL News in Raleigh.
State Senate lawmakers are expected to roll out their budget proposal late Monday. It's the first step in what's likely to be months of negotiations between Republican House and Senate leaders and Democratic Governor Josh Stein. The Senate plan will be more modest than Stein recommended. That may mean smaller proposed raises for teachers and state employees. Senate Leader Phil Berger said he expects the bill to move quickly, passing the Senate by the end of the week. And then it's the House's turn to approve its own version. For a deep dive on what to watch for in the Senate budget proposal, go to the NC Capitol section of WRAL.com. All the details are right there for you. In Sampson County, the traffic circle that makes up most of the town of Newton Grove will close. Starting at 7 p.m. tonight, one lane of the roundabout will be closed for resurfacing. They will work overnight and reopen that lane at 6 a.m. for 3 nights. There will be delays in the area as crews mill around the existing road and repave. Progress is being made on Blue Ridge Parkway more than 6 months after Helene. Let's take a closer look. The parkway's just reopened 15 more miles from milepost 121 to milepost 136. Now, it's the largest stretch to reopen since November. The Park Service still says it is assessing Helene's damage. There were at least 57 known landslides along that parkway. 12 landslides are currently under repair and 8 at 8 different locations. Out of the 252 miles of roadway in North Carolina, 157 miles still remain closed due to damage. If you're heading to the coast this spring or summer, one popular town is now charging for beach parking. Starting today, WRAL is charging beachgoers for parking. There are 2 kiosks at the eastern and western ocean regional access points. Parking will cost $4 an hour or $16 for the day. The program runs 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. through September 15th. Honoring an artist. We share who received the Lifetime Achievement Award at this year's North Carolina Black Film Festival. Plus, helping neighbors in need. A mental health and substance abuse center is back open after undergoing an expansion. The resources they're offering next. Anthony.
And Julian, it's a relatively comfortable evening for us out there. Temperatures in the upper 60s, close to 70, but we have some warmer weather on the way. We'll go over when the 80s are back in the forecast and if we'll see any rain this week coming up.
Thanks. Elizabeth Gardner is tracking a warm-up to start our week, and Ken Smith has our weekday commute as it gets rolling traffic every 10 minutes.
Plus, beginning at 5:45, we're talking taxes. 5 Under Side explains how to stretch your refund and avoid penalties if you owe money. Start your work week with us, beginning at 4:30 a.m.
Well, we want to take you right to some breaking news at this hour. Police are investigating a deadly shooting at a recreation center in Fayetteville. It happened in the last 90 minutes at the College Lakes Rec Center off of Rose Hill Road. Now, according to Fayetteville police officers, they were called to the scene at 5 p.m. When they arrived, they found an adult male who had been shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police have not released the identity of the victim. Now, this is an ongoing investigation. We'll continue to update you on air and online at WRAL.com as this story develops. A mental health and substance abuse center is back open after undergoing a big-time expansion. Southlight Healthcare's Raleigh hub on Garner Road held a grand reopening ceremony this afternoon. The facility has a newly expanded drop-in center, on-site pharmacy, new counseling rooms, medical offices, and dedicated areas for group therapy. Raleigh Mayor Janet Cowell and Wake County Sheriff Willie Rowe spent the afternoon touring the facility. The renovation cost $3.5 million through a capital campaign. The Wake County Sheriff's Office honored the life and sacrifice of a deputy who was killed in the line of duty more than 20 years ago. A ceremony was held at the Kraft Family YMCA today, where there is a marker remembering investigator Mark Tucker. He was shot and killed on February 12, 2004, while investigating suspicious activity in a field at the intersection of Holly Springs and Winding Oaks Roads. A local group of Boy Scouts recently helped revitalize the marker site. A World War II veteran from Raleigh is celebrating his 100th birthday today. I'm talking about that gentleman right there. David Freeman was a medical laboratory technician in the 241st General Hospital in northern France during the war. Last year, he traveled back for the 80th D-Day commemoration. Happy birthday to David Freeman. Thank you for your service. The 22nd North Carolina Black Film Festival is underway in Wilmington. Bruce W. Smith received the Lifetime Achievement Award today for his work as an animator. Now, his work as the lead animator with the Walt Disney Company on movies like Frozen, but he's best known as the creator of The Proud Family. Smith is considered a trailblazer in the animated sitcom genre.
I wanted to sort of create a universe that I hadn't seen before, which, you know, at the time there were a lot of animated sitcoms. You know, you talk about The Simpsons, you talk about King of the Hill, Family Guy, and the only missing, you know, quotient was us, right? And so that's where I came up with the idea.
Congratulations to him. More than 30 films were shown throughout the course of the weekend. A critical weather tool is disappearing. Some National Weather Service offices are suspending the launch of weather balloons. They're a crucial part of forecasting.
You have forecasters that are using those weather balloon data to understand how unstable the atmosphere is.
WRAL meteorologist Chris Michaels explains how this missing data could put your safety at risk during a storm. Watch WRAL News tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for more information. The State Department of Transportation's Spring Litter Sweep is underway right now. The biannual event invites people across the state to bag litter and beautify roadsides. Volunteers can request free cleanup supplies, including gloves, safety vests, and trash bags from their local DOT maintenance office. Now, DOT crews will also be doing their part, collecting litter and hauling away filled bags. The litter sweep runs through April 26. Looking for family fun events this Easter? Look no further than WRAL.com. Our Raleigh area Easter event and egg hunt guide lists events across the area. It includes egg hunts, egg maze races, and opportunities to meet the Easter Bunny. You'll find it all in our Out and About section of WRAL.com. All that information is right there for you. Hey, let's not get to Easter too fast. Let's pause right here on this weekend, Anthony. It has been absolutely gorgeous, especially today.
Yeah, really nice out there. And I got to say, Julian, looking at the next at least 7 days heading into Easter, I think we're going to be looking at a good forecast. So that's something to look forward to. We get us outside, though, this evening, of course. It's really, really nice out there. There's our Car Lake camera. You can see everything is really still, though. We had just a little bit of a breeze as I was watching this camera a second ago. Those flags are not blowing around too much, though, this evening. Lots of blue skies out there. Little in the way of any cloud cover across the entire state of North Carolina. You have to go up to Ohio, Indiana, even up towards Chicago, where we have kind of another system up to our northwest. It will likely stay there. And as we head through tonight, another very similar forecast to what we saw this morning, only a little bit warmer. We're not seeing temps in the 30s and 40s, probably more like the upper 40s, close to 50 tomorrow morning. 67, though, is where we currently sit in Raleigh and Durham, 64 in Roxborough, right about 65 in South Hill. Again, all of us are seeing relatively comfortable temperatures for this time of the year. This is about where we should be. We drop into the 40s for most of us from the Triangle to the north. Let's say 51 there in Fayetteville, 50 degrees in Southern Pines. That's what you should plan for tomorrow morning. A little bit of cloud cover for us tonight, but then another similar day tomorrow as far as the sun is concerned. But temperatures, that's going to be our big story to start the week. We see those highs warm back up. 84 degrees tomorrow afternoon, right about 4 o'clock. Some of our southern areas, Fayetteville, Clinton, even back to our Goldsboro, we could see temperatures getting into the mid, maybe even upper 80s, way above the 71, 72 where we should be for this time of the year. Keep in mind, though, with that kind of warmer air coming in, it's also going to be breezy. It's going to be coming in from the southwest. They're bringing in a warming wind at this point, but it may be a little bit blustery, probably probably gusts up to about 25, maybe 30 miles an hour at times. Let's keep Futurecast, though, on a wide view. There's really not much to track there on Futurecast, but I want to let you know kind of what we're expecting here across the state. There's 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, totally quiet for the morning commute. We have a little bit of clouds. There's lunchtime. Heading through the afternoon into the evening, I'll pause this closer to about 5 o'clock or so. Very similar, again, just a thin band of clouds. You go up to the north of us, though, that's where we're looking at another system, some severe weather potential. They have some more cloud cover. It is all going to stay to our north. 72 is where we should be for this time of the year. We're at 84 tomorrow. We hit that normal on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, a little bit below that, but Friday we go back above. And then looking ahead to next weekend, we're still seeing highs close to 90 on Saturday, 87 degrees Saturday afternoon, 81 as we head into Sunday. The weekend looks really good, so that's really nice as you're starting to plan there for the holiday weekend next weekend. Let's talk about what we're expecting the next couple days. 84 for us on Monday. We drop a little bit into Tuesday. I don't think we're going to see much with that next system coming in. A 20% chance at best of some rain. 68 Wednesday, 69 on Thursday, 81 on Friday. Looking really nice there, Julian, and I can't leave you before saying a happy birthday to you, my friend. I hope you had a great day. Good weather for it, though, thankfully.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Had a great time. My wife and children, they have spoiled me, and this weather has been absolutely gorgeous.
Good.
Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah.
Pat, hey, welcome, brother.
Yeah, and happy birthday to you. Yeah, absolutely beautiful Sunday as we really embrace spring sports here. The Courage trying to earn their first win of the season, but no Batman to save them in Gotham. Next. The Courage back from international break and hoping to have found themselves winless in their first 3 games. They're still looking for their personality and really looking for someone to step up and score. Sean Nahas said this week their style takes time. A lot of new faces and young players this season. Courage at Gotham FC. 43rd minute. Ella Stevens. The cross to Esther Gonzalez, and it's 1-0 Gotham FC. Really nice connection between Stevens and Esther. 49th minute. Check out this pass. Casey Murphy stops it initially, but then somehow she loses track of Esther. Throws it right at her. Esther able to finish. It's 2-0 now, Gotham FC. So fast forward to the second half. Corner for Gotham here. Gotham able to popcorn this ball in the air, and Lily Reel eventually gets the finish. It's 3-0. Go to extra time. Courage something positive on the way out of town. Meredith Speck passes up a good shot for a great one. Durham's Brianna Pinto with the goal. Courage fall 3-1. Canes Maple Leafs. William Carrier back. He played Saturday as well. Several Canes getting rest today. End of the first. Toronto playing pinball here. Freddie Anderson gets off his axis, and Pontus Holmberg able to score with just 16 seconds left in the first period. Currently 1-0 right now to start the second. Justin Martinuk resting in this one. First game he's missed since 21-22 season. Shane Gostisbehere and Jesper Kokiniemi also out, expected back on Wednesday. And no Alexander Nikishin. Kane's working out his visa situation, trying to get him at least one game before the playoffs. Tough to beat Wooly Bowl as a mascot, right? Great name, iconic franchise. Well, you're about to beat Buster T. Bison. It's like a copyright violation there. Buffalo's answer to Wooly Bowl. Guy might need to hit the gym. Large body, large head, but very small body. 2-1 Bulls in the 6th. Nice 2-all hitting from Joey Loper-Fido. Buffalo ties the game at 2. So Bulls make a pitching change, and Rainier Nunez fights this off his fist. Bisons take the lead. Apparently, bison and bisons are acceptable plural forms of bison. The more you know. Bulls get one in the 7th, but it's not enough. Buffalo wins 5-3. All right, NC State baseball closing out a series with number 14 Louisville. Bottom 4th, bases loaded. Tie head at the plate. Rips one to short. Ryan Yaros able to beat the throw at second, so a run scores there. 4-1 pack. Next batter, it's Justin DeCrisio. Rips one opposite field. Love that metal bat. 1 run in, 2 runs in. DeCrisio gets greedy. He's out to end the inning there. Wolfpack, the big lead though, 7-1 here. Luke Nixon laying out to protect it. Go, Gadget Glove. What a catch. NC State with a big win, 11-1. Rory McIlroy's major drought has lasted over a decade. He entered today in a duel with Bryson DeChambeau, shades of 2024's U.S. Open at Pinehurst. So would Rory be disappointed again? Well, he double bogeyed the first hole. DeChambeau's been the one struggling since. Currently a three-man race here for the win. McIlroy and Justin Rose tied at 11 under. Justin Rose just birdied 18 for a share of the lead. So shaping up for a classic here, Julian. I think a lot of people rooting for McIlroy to finally get over his demons and get this career grand slam here at the Masters.
Yeah, the big question, will he get over the hump? That's what everyone is asking. We shall see.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Pat. And thank you for joining us. Yes, you. Have a good night, and we will see you a little bit later at 11 o'clock for our half hour of news where we keep you updated. Also, remember, we have a crew in Fayetteville right now covering breaking news on a deadly shooting at a rec center. We'll have an update for you here and also online. All right, have a good night. We'll see you later.